Hello again and welcome everybody to We Roll Dice. Today we're going to take a look at Codex Elucidian Starstriders. This is a codex from one half of the Kill Team Rogue Trader. However, this is the codex to use the Rogue Trader models from that box set in your games of Warhammer 40,000. So we're going to take a quick look. First of all, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, click that like button, share this video, comment down below. Now let's take a look. So it starts off here with our basic introduction. You hold in your hands the definitive guide to Rogue Trader Elucia Vane and her innermost circle of deadly specialists, Elucidian Starstriders. This book will help you to assemble your collection of Citadel miniatures into a potent tabletop force, ready to battle and claim worlds in the Emperor's name. So it goes on, there's more background of Elucia Vane and the rogue trader that she is. And here we have some wonderful, wonderful artwork. You'll see this in the Rogue Trader Kill Team box set, the expansion set. Just some beautiful, beautiful art. And then some information about the Rogue Traders themselves. The retinue, or the different retinues. And then straight away on page 6, it gets into the rules. Now, I believe this book is about 21, 22 pages long, somewhere around there. Yeah, it's 21 pages and then a few pages of beautiful, beautiful models, the pictures of them anyways. So we start here at the frontier. This section contains background, data sheets, stratagems, and match play points for your Elucidian Starstrider miniatures. Each data sheet includes the characteristic profiles of the unit it describes, as well as any war gear and special abilities it may have. So the abilities. The following abilities are common to several Elucidian Starstrider units. So the Warrant of Trade. A model with this ability can embark into any Imperium transport, even though the transport in question might normally only permit models with other faction keywords to do so. All other restrictions apply normally. This is huge. This allows you to put these in any vehicle. Like you can jump into Primaris Marine vehicles, Imperial Guard vehicles, any Space Marine vehicle. Sisters of Battle vehicle. I mean, y'all know the Imperium transports. So anyways, let's go on. The Rogue Trader Retinue. This ability has no effect unless your army includes Elucia Vane. If it does, you cannot set up any unit with this ability before you have set up Elucia Vane. When you set up Elucia Vane during deployment, all units with this ability are set up at the same time. When you set up Elucia Vane on the battlefield for the first time, all units with this ability must be set up within 6 inches of her, or they must all be set up in the same transport as her. If they cannot be set up, they count as destroyed. It's very important. So this is a tight-knit group. It's an elite strike force. They stay together, they work together. I mean, after the game begins, yes, they can spread it, get their orders of you go over there, but it starts off, they're all together. So the Warlord trait. If Elucia Vane is your Warlord, she always has the Explorator Fleet Master Warlord trait. See below. Explorator Fleet Master. If your army is battle-forged, you receive 3 additional command points. These can only be spent to use Elucidian Starstrider stratagems on page 20 to 21. But that's huge. An additional 3. And then you're battle-forged, so you get those additional ones. Like, it's a great way, once again, to have those extra command points at your disposal. A lot of people out there, they're building armies so they can get all these additional command points. I mean, we're going to have to see with the FAQ if it's going to limit command points to the faction that actually generate the command points. But this one specifically says, which I think might be a little hint at the future of Warhammer 40k. So now, Elucia Vane goes through a nice description here. Mistress of 1,000 names with her beautiful mask that she has. But let's run through her stats. So, Elucia Vane. She has... Can we get that in any better? We'll just run through it as such. So she has a movement 6 inches. She has a WS 3+, BS 3+, Strength 3, Toughness 3, Wounds 4, Attacks 3, Leadership 9, Save 4+. She's a single model armed with a monomolecular cane rapier, a heirloom pistol, and concussion grenades. Only one of this model may be included in your army. The heirloom pistol has a range of 12 inches, type pistol, so pistol 1, Strength 4, AP -2, doing 2 damage. That is a fantastic pistol. It's only Strength 4, but AP -2 doing 2 damage? That's great. And monomolecular cane rapier is range melee, type melee, strength as user, so strength 3, but it has an AP of -4, doing 1 damage. A strength 3 weapon with an AP of -4. That's great. She is so specialized. Okay, and then her concussion grenades, range 6 inch, grenade D3, strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. And the abilities of it are, which is great as well. If the target is within 1 inch of a terrain feature, add 1 to this weapon's strength and damage characteristic. That's great. So her abilities, she has the Warrant of Trade, which we had already read. Concealed Architect Weapon. Once per battle, at the start of the fight phase, pick an enemy model within 1 inch of Elucia Vane and roll a dice. On a 4+, that model suffers a D3 mortal wounds. Again, excellent ability. Disruption Field Generator. Elucia Vane has a 4+ invulnerable save. So 4+ invulnerable save or a 4+ regular save. So multi-spectral Auspicator? Sorry about pronunciation there, but reroll hit rolls of 1 made for attacks by friendly Elucidian Starstrider units within 6 inches of Elucia Vane. And then faction keywords, Imperium, Astra, Cartography K, Cartographica, Elucidian Starstrider, Character, Infantry, Rogue Trader, Elucia Vane. Excellent. And now the Voidsmen at Arms. These are her troopers. These are the boots on the ground. Big write-up on them. I'll save that for when you get the book so you can do some nice reading. Again, gorgeous artwork. It's the kind of thing you could have in a frame. I mean, it's fantastic. So, the Niche Squad. So these are your Voidsmen. So you have your standard Voidsman. Movement 6, WS 4+, BS 3+, Strength 3, Toughness 3, Wounds 1, Attacks 1, Leadership 7, Save 5+. Then you have Voidmaster Niche, which is kind of like the sergeant of the group. Move 6 inches, WS 4+, BS 3+, Strength 3, Toughness 3, Wounds 2, Attacks 2, Leadership 8, and a Save of 5+. And then Aximilian, which is the dog. It's like a little Doberman pincer that you get. It has a movement of 8 inches, WS of a 3+, no ballistic skill, Strength 3, Toughness 3, Wounds 1, Attacks 2, Leadership 5, and a Save of 6+. This unit contains Voidmaster Niche, Aximilian, and 4 Voidsmen. Only one of this unit can be included in your army. And that has 3 Voidsmen, each armed with Law's Gun, Law's Pistol, and concussion grenades. 1 Voidsman is armed with a Roto Cannon, a Law's Pistol, and a concussion grenade. That's kind of like your specialist or your heavy weapon. And the Voidmaster is armed with an Artificer Shotgun, Law's Pistol, and concussion grenades. So the Artificer Shotgun is a range 12 inches, Assault 2, Strength 4, AP 0, Damage 2, with the ability that if the target is within half range, add 1 to the weapon's strength characteristic. So 6 inches, it's a strength 5 weapon. Laws gun, standard 24-inch rapid fire 1, strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. Laws pistol, standard, it's 12-inch range, pistol 1, strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. The rotor cannon is a 24-inch range, type heavy 4, strength 4, AP -1, damage 2. Not a bad weapon. And then concussion grenades. 6-inch range, grenade D3, strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. If the target's within 1 inch of a trained feature, add 1 to the weapon's strength and damage characteristics. So the abilities, Warrant of Trade, which we read earlier, Rogue Trader Retinue, which we've read earlier, and then Aximilian. The death of Aximilian is ignored for purposes of morale tests. Okay. And then loyal retainers. Add 1 to the leadership characteristic of models in this unit whilst wholly within 6 inches of Elucia Vein. Faction keyword, Imperium, Elucidian Starstrider. And then the other keywords are infantry, voidsmen at arms, and niche squad. So next we have the Electro Masters, or Maesters. Larson Vandergras. So he's this great guy with this like void shield generator, but it's actually called a Voltageist array. It's a great looking model. It is so like right back to the original Rogue Trader looking, but with more detail. And I love that model. Anyways, he has a movement 6 inches, WS 4+, BS 4+, strength 3, toughness 3, wounds 2, attacks 2, leadership 8, save 4+. Lander van Vandergras is a single model armed with a voltaic pistol and concussion grenades. Only one of this model may be included in your army. The voltaic pistol is 12-inch range, pistol 1, strength 5, AP 0, damage 1. And each unmodified hit roll of a 6 made for an attack with this weapon scores 3 hits. That's great. Concussion grenade, 6-inch, grenade D3, strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. If the target's within 1 inch of a trained feature, add 1 to the weapon's strength and damage characteristics. Okay. Abilities, same as before, Warrant of Trade, Rogue Trader Retinue, but then he has the Voltageist Array. Friendly Elucidian Starstrider units that are wholly within 6 inches of this model have a 5+ invulnerable save. Faction keywords, Imperium, Elucidian Starstrider keywords, character, Adeptus Mechanicus, that's a great one, Mars, Infantry, Tech Priest, Electro Maestro, Lars Vandergras. He has the keyword Mars and Adeptus Mechanicus. Fantastic. So next we have the Rejuviant Adepts. So her name is Senastasia Minced. She has a movement 6 inches, WS of 4+, BS 4+, strength 3, toughness 3, wounds 2, attacks 2, leadership 7, and a save of 5+. She is a single model armed with a scalpel claw, Law's pistol, and concussion grenade. Only one of this model may be included in your army. Law's pistol, again standard, 12-inch, pistol 1, strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. The scalpel claw is range melee, type melee, strength as user, so strength 3, AP -1, damage 1. And then concussion grenades, as we said before. I'm not going to read them again. Everyone has them. The abilities, Warrant of Trade, Rogue Trader Retinue, and then she has Constant Companion. She does not take up a slot in the detachment that includes Elucia Vein. Oh, excellent. So she's an elite, which does not take up a slot. Healing Serum. At the end of your movement phase, this model can attempt to heal a single friendly Elucidian Starstrider infantry unit within 3 inches. If she does so, roll a d6 on a 4+. One model in this unit regains 1 lost wound. If the unit is niche squad, one model slain earlier in the battle is returned to the unit instead. That is fantastic. I really like that ability. Let's see. Yeah, so Vandergras is an elite. Yeah, and the niche squad are troop choices. And Elucidian Vein is HQ. I hadn't mentioned that earlier. So now another elite is Nusselprond. She is a fantastic looking model that could easily be taken and you could use as counts as for an assassin. Nusselprond has a movement 7 inches, WS of a 3+, BS 4+, Strength 4, Toughness 3, Wounds 2, Attacks 4, Leadership 8, Save 5+. Nusselprond is a single model armed with a Death Cult Power Blade, a Dart Mask, and concussion grenades. Only one of this model may be included in your army. So the Dart Mask has a 9-inch range, Type Pistol 1, Strength 1, AP -1, Damage 1. This weapon always wounds on a 2+, unless the target is Titanic or a vehicle, basically poison. And then the Death Cult Power Blade is range melee, type melee, strength as user, so strength 4, AP -2, damage 1. And then concussion grenades, as we've read before. Abilities, she has the Warren of Trade and the Rogue Trader Retinue. She also has Uncanny Reflexes. This model has a 5+ invulnerable save. Nice. And she also has Zealot. You can reroll failed hit rolls for this model in a turn in which it charged, made a heroic intervention, or was charged by an enemy unit. Faction keywords: Imperium, Elucidian Starstriders. Keywords: Character, Adeptus Ministorum, Infantry, Death Cult Executioner, and Nusselprond. Excellent. And now on to the stratagems. So if it's fully battle-forged and includes Elucidian Vein, you have access to the stratagems as shown below, meaning you can spend command points to activate them. These help to reflect the unique tactics and strategies used by Elucia Vein and the Elucidian Starstriders on the battlefield. So you have, for 1 command point, Executioner Shell. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase before Voidmaster Niche attacks with his Artificer Shotgun. Only make a single hit roll for this weapon, for the weapon this phase, but add 3 to the roll. If the target hits, it suffers 1 mortal wound instead of the normal damage. So you're almost guaranteeing a hit for 1 mortal wound. That's great for finishing off that model with, 3+ invulnerable save or of the sort. Taking out that Terminator that's got the 1 wound. Now we have, for 1 command point, Digital Laser Regalia. Use this stratagem immediately after fighting with Elucidia Vein. Resolve 1 additional attack against an enemy within 1 inch of her. If the attack hits, the enemy suffers a D3 mortal wounds instead of normal damage. That's also another great one for finishing somebody off. And then for another one for 1 command point is Recover Architect at any cost. Use this stratagem at the end of your turn. If Larson Vandergross is within 3 inches of an objective marker until the start of your next turn, add 1 to saving throws made for him and increase his attack characteristic by 1. Wow, I can really see a unit, especially with his that invulnerable save that he gives to everyone within 6 inches, just hunkering down on that objective just to ensure that it's yours. Continuing on, for 1 command point, Killing Strike. Use this stratagem before fighting with Nusselprond in the fight phase. Until the end of the phase, the damage characteristic of her power blade is increased to a D3 when targeting infantry units. I love how these are specialized to the individual models in this kit. It's fantastic. Another one for 1 command point. Combat Resucation. Use this stratagem at the start of your movement phase after Sinister Minst has attempted to heal a unit. She can immediately attempt to heal a unit again. This can be the same unit or a different Elucidian Starstrider infantry unit from your army. Excellent. And then 1 with the Electromotive Force, 1 command point. Use this stratagem in your movement phase before moving Larson Vandergross. Instead of moving him normally, remove him from the battlefield, and at the end of the movement phase, set him up anywhere on the battlefield that's more than 9 inches from enemy models. So you combine that with this recovery stratagem, and you're jumping around, you're holding objectives. Fantastic. And then his invulnerable save to stop against those high-powered shots. Logis Integrator Scanner. 1 command point. Use this stratagem before the battle to either reveal a D3 hidden setup markers if your opponent is using concealed deployment, or identify a mysterious objective anywhere on the battlefield. Alternatively, use this stratagem in your shooting phase before attacking with Larsen van der Graas and ignore penalties to his hit rolls in this phase. Well, it's not bad, not bad. And then personal teleport chamber, 1 command point. Use this stratagem during deployment. Set up all Elucidian Starstrider units from your army in a teleport chamber instead of placing them on the battlefield. At the end of any of your movement phases, they can teleport into battle. Set them up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from the enemy model. So, considering how cheap it would be to actually bring these guys to the field and then you use that. So the points value, if you're using... Okay, so if you're playing match play games or the game uses a point limit, you can use the following list to determine the points cost of your army. Simply add together the points cost of all units to determine your army's total point value. So Elucidian Vane, you're allowed 1 model and she's 45 points, which includes weapons. All of these points include their weapons. Nosopron, 1 model in the unit, 25 points. Larsen van der Graas, 1 and 22 points. Sinister Minst, you can have 1 of them, and she is 17 points. The Niche Squad, you're allowed 6 models in the unit, and they're 6 points each. I'm not going to do the math in my head, but if you total that up, that's a very small unit. And don't forget, you also are a very small points cost. Don't forget, you get 3 additional command points. That's great. And then we're just on to some of the beautiful models set up in their gorgeous dioramas that GW does. Showing all your models here and all their names. Lucia Vane, Aximilian, Sinister Minst, Larsen van der Graas, Nosopron, Voidmaster Niche, Voidmaster Rigez, Voidmaster Theolus, Voidmaster Shulkus, and Voidmaster Grell. Gotta love how GW throws those names and those words that are so difficult to pronounce. Gotta have something to do with copyright. And finally, last beautiful picture. Back of the book with a little read up. I'd like to thank you all for joining me. Again, please like, subscribe, share, comment down below. Do all that wonderful stuff. Start a conversation. Promise I'll get back to you. Any questions or comments. And again, guys, let's just have fun with it.